says we are live, but the timer hasn't started. Yes, we are live, and good morning. Good Saturday morning. Good every Saturday is Small Business Saturday morning. All of the above. My name is David, and uh, today I want to share uh, my answer to the question that I'm asked on a daily basis. Small Biz David, what do you do? Uh, for the last 55 years, I have been a digital publisher and uh, excuse me, I'm going to a screen. For the last 17 years, I have been a digital publisher and live stream producer with an archived YouTube library of over 3,000 hours of entrepreneurship, small business, marketing and sales, business value, business trust stories. And I have engaged at least 500 folks. Might be the same one, but I've had at least 500 conversations of those 3,000 hours. It's been a wonderful experience, and I have to say that if you go to my YouTube channel, which I guess you are, well, if you are not on my YouTube channel watching this, and it's possible, it's youtube.com/ at David F. Leopold. That's a channel that I have actually been building for this is 18 years, 17 years now. I have been building that channel. It's gone through all kinds of iterations. I never paid much attention to it, quite honestly, because I was using the YouTubes that I had created. I was using them to build web landing pages, and I'm going to talk about those at the end today. But it's been a wonderful ride. Facebook, YouTube, Google is now a YouTube, Alphabet, whatever. They are well, they archive everything. The 3,000 hours. I know that I have seen the very earliest ones, but I am not able to see one that is older than 11 years. So they have those hidden off on some Google servers in the mountains someplace, or it's in the Google Cloud somewhere. And I wanted to say that along the journey, I have positioned myself as an astute business mediator, and in parentheses, somewhat of a disclaimer: anything business that does not necessarily include rendering rendering legal or accounting opinions. I'm not licensed to do that. Uh, I know some things about more legal things than accounting things, but uh, I, I mediate. But I'm also going to share with you an experience that I had about me mediating in a courtroom against some lawyers. That's going to happen in about 10 minutes. So I have 55 years of marketing and sales, value, trust, success stories. And most importantly, that any business result that I commit to, we will get to that business result if we agreed and collaborated on what that actually means. If I make a commitment to do it, I will do it. And the project itself is not over until you say it's over. That's how things have always worked with me. Uh, but I've got a pretty good batting average, very high batting average of accomplishing the business objectives that we establish. And I have done hundreds of business projects over the years. And in 2024, I introduced Project 10,000. Our vision is that actually our vision kind of changes every day because our vision is predicated on AI, marketing and sales technology. What exists today has created thousands of new business models and business objectives daily. That's what AI is doing, and it's a very interesting thing because I feel now all of business is on a level playing field. The concept of the business idea, what it is you are trying to accomplish, it's on a level playing field. It differentiates itself when you have resources to take you to whatever the next step is in your business. That is the difference. But you can exist as a well as you can exist as a solopreneur. I've been doing it for basically 55 years. There is only 2 years out of the 55 that I actually had a payroll of 15 folks, and it was the most fantastic publishing team I've ever seen, and very, very successful. And in 11 months, accomplished the long-term business objectives. That's the kind of machine that we had going, and the publishing, the magazine that we were publishing. Um, so I believe there's a level playing field, and that playing field becomes different when a business, an individual makes the decision to invest resources to make more things happen, new things happen. That's really what business is all about, or that's what I've been finding in all these years. But uh, how the business challenge then, and it's the challenge that all businesses have, is how do you build trust that you can do what you say you're going to do? How do you build that trust? It's taken me 55 years to obviously it's pretty obvious the value that Dreaming with Entrepreneurs LLC has been bringing to the marketplace, because it continues to bring things to the marketplace. The trust, as a publisher, I always had to build the trust that the information that I was sharing with you, or the video that um, you were seeing, was something that uh, I can personally attest to, and that's the only way. If I talk about something that I actually don't have a working experience with, I will tell you that, but I will be able to tell you what your next steps should be to to make that thing happen. So, Project 10,000, the 10,000 basically, simply, is that I want to digitally publish and digitally produce, live stream 10,000 marketing and sales value trust stories. That's the objective of Project 10,000. And they can happen in any market, any of the 387 metropolitan statistical areas, MSA, so defined by Wikipedia. It can be in any market at any time. The system that we developed, uh, it can only happen in one market at a time, because it's a concept. The system is basically a 7-day project. Yeah, doing all the things that we do, creating lots of market noise, and so that happens on a market by market basis. So there will be corporate entities that will invest marketing sales dollars in the project, and they will be, as part of that investment that they are making, it will include not only their story of value and trust, business value, business trust, but also 25 others that they pick. It's their choice on who they want them to be, in any given community. So, as if an individual, I want to address just an individual who will be buying uh, the following the following stuff, uh, and it is an investment of $750, plain and simple. That is what it is. But I will, stay with me if you are interested, because for that $750, I will triage your business. I will triage your business marketing and sales value trust story. Uh, I will triage it. I will make it happen. I will make you see that that is what should be happening. And once we have um, uh, once we are comfortable with what it is of the triage, once we are comfortable with the triage, we will then go and produce a YouTube live stream, just like I'm doing right now. It'll be a YouTube live stream, and we will tell in 19 minutes. We will tell your value trust story. It's got a, for reasons. It'll be a 19-minute story. And so once that is completed, and also we will be doing a Facebook Live at the same time, so you could be telling your Facebook followers that they could watch you being producing 19 minutes of your value trust story. Uh, that's what's happening right now with me. So the not only, well, you can take that URL that is published and do a tremendous amount of marketing and sales thing with them. Uh, in my testing and research, I developed a video email concept, very, very simple concept. But when, and I created the mailing list of 100 folks. 50 of the folks I had known in cyberspace. 50 of the folks were from this Cincinnati, where I was doing my marketing and sales research. I wanted to be able to compare the two approaches to doing business, and you can take that URL, as I did at least a dozen times, and not only create the video email, but I created web landing pages. Personally, uh, in today's world, I think that a web landing page, sorry, all of you website developers, it's an image. It's what the image that you want to be created. And if you can sell from that image, great. that's fantastic. But I have found that the most important part of any web design is the marketing and sales page itself. So instead of trying to market folks to a website address, I would market them to the URL that was created on YouTube. That's how that would all happen. So there, a couple of different things were happening at that time while I was doing that. And those web landing pages are very singularly focused. Mine were. There were different things that I wanted to test to see how they would work in the given space. So you've got the video email. I'll show you how to do that. A web landing page. I'll show you how to do that. It's very easy. If I can do those things from a technical perspective, anybody can do them. Content is different. I've been building my content for 55 years, so I have an obvious advantage there. But we can make those things happen for you. But I'm also decided as I was putting the concept together that it's going to be a test. Obviously, it's the first time that I'm doing it, and I'm only going to make it available to 100 folks. So if you are one of those 100 folks, or you know somebody who should be one of those 100 folks, please have them send an email to dleopold@davidsbarter.com. dleopold@davidsbarter.com. In that email, I don't want a lengthy email. Um, I want the individual, the business unit, the entity to take the time. Why do you think you should be in this particular project, involved in this particular project? And then answer the question, what value do you bring to the marketplace? So I will do a triage of those 100 response. Wow, we'll make it happen, and 100 should happen fairly quickly. So they'll get they will become then a part of the project. That video, that 19-minute video that we have created, I will use it for my publishing purposes. You can use it for your publishing purposes, so you get more value out of what is being done. Okay, so 100 folks. There's another conversation that has come to front with me this week. And earlier I shared that I mediate any business challenges, but I am not certified to render legal or accounting opinions. But I know people who are, a lot of people who are. And as a matter of fact, when it comes to the accounting opinions, I will recommend a book. That book sitting up there that will have the answer to your question. Then you can actually test your answer with the CPA of your choice. My recommendation. The big question is, okay, David, how am I going to get $750? I don't have $750 to make this marketing and sales investment. And I will contend, yes, you do. Because if you are serious about doing what I have shared with you, I have 3 payment option plans, and you will pick the one that is most convenient for you. will help you most along the way, and it will happen. It will happen. I did say, uh, let me talk a little bit about me in a courtroom, in a small claims courtroom, discussing business issues. In Hamilton County, Ohio, and I suspect it's probably the same for most counties, that there is a court of small claims. The claim cannot be for more than in Hamilton County. The number I'm sure changes. In Hamilton County, the claim cannot be for more than $6,000. If it goes above that, if the claim is above $6,000, then you have to take it to the Court of Common Pleas. Uh, I had one of the one of the experiences I'm going to share with you. We started in small claims court, and it was so bad for them, they had to do whatever they could to escalate it to uh, Court of Common Pleas Court, where you are required to have an attorney. I'll talk about that story. Okay, so plus court costs. If you win the decision of the court, not only did you get the amount of money that you put in your claim, you get any out of your pocket court costs for the case. So I wanted to share with you 3 times that I have gone into a small claims court without an attorney. And it just so happens in all 3 cases, the individual who I was suing or company, there were two brothers, an individual and a company that I was suing or bringing claim against. Each one of them had attorney representation. Uh, the first one was not a very good one. Actually, this is how these 2 brothers were. They bring a letter into court signed by an attorney swearing that I did something that I did not do. So it would be my word against their word, and that's how they brought an attorney into the situation. In that particular case, I'm not going to mention the name to protect the innocent, although none of them were innocent. Uh, I was hired as a hands-on consultant to create sales for their company, and I had known the brothers for several years. So stupid me, naive me, I did not demand a written contract. So when the judge came to decide on my claim against them, the judge said straightforward, I would, listening to your story versus their story and how they responded to your story, I would have awarded you the claim, but you did not have a written contract. And so I could not do that. So I didn't have a written contract. I trusted the wrong people. Okay, second case. Individual happened to be a very close friend of mine. Our kids were in high school together. That's actually how we became friends. And I used to think he was talented at what he did. I don't know how talented he is at what he did. He was very talented. What he and his attorney did to me, actually, quite obvious. It was criminal what they did to me. But I let it drop. In that case, I went to small claims court, and without an attorney. He had an attorney. They filed a counterclaim against me, which was bizarre. His counterclaim against me was that I owed him money for work that he had done for me, and I don't remember actually giving him any work. We were getting it. We were getting the system set up. Okay, so. Um, we, I went to I went to my attorney, my small business attorney, a friend. I was not willing to pay his hourly to do what was going to be a very simple task. So he said, David, I'll give you an associate attorney and you'll pay that hour. And I said, fine. And we wrote a letter to the damaging party that it takes to get my server back, that I originally gave you my credit card that you didn't misuse. You bought the server. Well, you might have misused my credit card, but you bought the server. Uh, and now, if I have to get it back with stuff that you said you did, um, so be it. So I stupidly agreed. I stupidly said I'll do it. I'll buy it back. The same equipment that I already bought, I will buy back for $1,500. That was the only way I was going to protect. I don't know what I protected. So um, they agreed to it. We didn't meet each other. They were going to deliver the equipment to my attorney's office. I was going to go to my attorney's office and pick it up, which we did. I go to pick it up, and uh, this the ID number on the server, the URL number on the server did not match the invoice that I had, meaning he bought a server, probably kept it for himself, and got rid of that one and gave me one, um, which he said that he did work for me. He gives me, well, this all happened afterwards. He gives me a disc, uh, unopened, unopened, from a company that I had not agreed. There was another company who I agreed to buy the software. So he gives me unopened software from another company and tries to tell me he did work on it. And I guess, well, the lesson to be learned there, be very, very careful who you trust. And um, we did not have a written contract in place, but we had a memorandum of understanding. We had a memorandum of understanding, which went by the wayside. Okay, third situation. This was a damages conversation I was having with Consumer Cellular, a company I was a very, very loyal customer of Consumer Cellular. For some reason, business reason, I canceled the service, returned the equipment, returned it to a place where I had originally made the deal, but they told me that because I returned it to that place, they weren't liable for me returning the equipment. Try to figure that one out. It was in a Target store. They had areas in a Target store. It said Consumer Cellular. They had products of Consumer Cellular, and that's how I did all my transactions. But they did not want to honor it after I closed my account. Uh, Not only did they not want to honor that, they thought they had the right to go into my account on file at least 30 days after it was closed, at least 30 days after it was closed, to collect some money that they said I owed them. they went into a closed account that they had on file. Uh, so I got, uh, I sent a pretty scathing certified letter to the legal department of Consumer Cellular, and uh, I got a return phone call from a corporate counsel at Consumer Cellular. They probably have a whole team of them, and he left a voicemail, and thank goodness I didn't erase the voicemail that he had given me, because there was no way I was going to settle with him over a telephone. I was going to do it in a private Google Meet, period. I wasn't going to go into a uh, public public call to do it. It would be a private Google Meet chat. So he agreed to that. He agreed to the chat. We set it up. I actually had the Google Meet um, uh, chat with him. He said, and I do have evidence of what he said because that's why I went into court. Um, he said, "Yes, we did wrong. We will agree to pay you the money that we took out of your account, and add on the equipment that you returned to the Target store." He had agreed to that. I said, "Well, thank you for doing that. Any court would have done that. But what about uh, punitive damages to you for thinking that you could go into my account 30 days after it was closed to collect money that you said I owed you, and you didn't give me a chance to defend myself?" That was horrible. Well, we went into court, and they hired their company it might be in Arizona. Uh, they hired a local Cincinnati attorney, probably paid the guy a couple $1,000s to come to court, maybe more. We were in small claims court, and apparently they thought I had uh, a case against them, because they went to the magistrate in the case, and um, did asked her to do something that I've never heard it done in small claims court. It kind of defeats the purpose of small claims court, but I agreed to do it because I didn't do anything wrong. The magistrate asked me, would I take questions from the attorney? I said, sure, I'll take questions. I'll ask me any question he wants. Well, in doing so, it allowed that attorney to enter into record um, documents. They reproduced my my account with them. I got a copy of it. I looked at it, and I said, I've never seen this report before. And I only dealt with them digitally. I didn't get paper from them. Only dealt with them digitally. I said, I've never seen this before. So the judge says another thing that I've never heard in small claims court. Not that it hasn't happened. Um, if you know this happened, please let me know. That she said she was going to take 2 weeks to make a decision. And typically, decisions are made right there. I guess you have a case, though you don't have a case. She said she was going to take 2 weeks, and I will send you uh, I will send you a certified letter as to my findings. And I think it was 2 weeks to the day. I had, and it was on a Sunday. It was on a Sunday. I got, it was a certified letter, so it was kind of handled special. I got a certified letter from the magistrate, and she outlines that she gave the Consumer Cellular, she awarded, well, she said that her decision was I had a false claim against them. So um, that went away. She made no mention in that finding about was it right or wrong to go into my account uh, 30 days after it was closed to collect money they say I owed. And so they Consumer Cellular played a legal trick on me. Of course, not being having gone to law school, I didn't know the legal trick. uh, or I would have counteracted with with my own. Uh, so trust, once again, trust. You think you can trust the attorney, the attorney of a company. You think you can trust uh, terrible, terrible situation, but life goes on. Consumer seller situation, I think it happened about 5 years ago. Uh, okay, so you have heard me talk about uh, back to Project 10,000. You've heard me talk about the corporate program. There are actually three different uh, programs that I have for corporations. There's a 7-day program, version A 7-day program, version version B, and there's a totally different one Saturday only um, package, if you will, investment package. And um, I've tested the price point of it pretty thoroughly here in Cincinnati, and uh, because of what I have done my further research and study and talking about pricing, I've created a very unique foundation finder's fee program. Foundations finder's fee program, and in that program, I will. Uh, I will write a check. I will sell you any way you want me. Uh, three different levels of very large checks for maybe something that would take them 5 minutes of work to do. So it'd be a very easy way for them to earn this for their foundation. I would contribute that money to their foundation. I don't want to talk in details about it, but I want to have a private Google Meet with foundations. They may not want to. They may not want to know who the other foundations are there, and if they're there, they won't create a profile. I'll just let them in, and they won't talk, or they'll talk and nobody will know who they are. Anyway, I want to get well. It would be great for foundations to work together. They compete against each other, but in the program that I have created, developed, foundations actually could work together for the benefit of each. So we'll have a lot of fun with that, but that's going to be private. I don't want to talk publicly about it. Uh, that brings me to, oh my goodness, almost 40 minutes of sharing today's chapter of David, what do you do? Let me say, I spent a lot of time doing what I do, but I'm having a lot of fun doing what I do. Uh, Looking back on things that I've been doing for the last 55 years and things that uh, worked, everything that I do, I say, sometimes I say it publicly, yeah, I'm going to say it publicly now, that everything I do is a work in progress. It can change. It can change when you find out something new that will make it work better than yesterday. So everything I do is a work in progress. And I have to say that all the pieces that we brought together for Project 10,000, uh, it, they worked, the things worked for me. Let's work together. Let's collaborate to make them work for you, for us. Uh, Thank you for your time today. Enjoy your day. And as you know, I like to say, it's very important to do what you love and love what you do. Enjoy your day.